Hey students, I'm coming at you from home. Hope you had a great day today. Today was Monday and it was our white lies day. I want to recap my white lies: that your brain is not very powerful and that life is about letting other people make decisions for you. Not true. Listen, your brain is really powerful and life is not about letting others make decisions for you, because you have this big, beautiful brain inside your head that is really powerful. And I'm going to share with you memory and what makes that part of your big, powerful brain and the wonders that it can do. Now, in this lesson, we are going to investigate 3 types of memory, and there will be much more in store for you. But first, we start with the very basics. I want to review with you our last lesson. In Unit 6, we talked about learning is a change of behavior based on new experiences, new knowledge, a change in behavior, a permanent behavior change. Now, what good is a permanent behavior change if we cannot remember it? So learning and memory go hand in hand. And if you're a student, like I know you are, you know that these two things are very related. If I can't remember those things that I'm trying to put into my noggin, what good is it for me? Has my behavior truly changed? Well, no. So what is memory? Memory is the process by which we recollect prior experiences, information, and skills learned in the past. Now, I want you to go back to baby Robert. When baby Robert was born, he did not have any new neural networks. All of those had to be built through experience. Experience is necessary for our minds to change, for learning to change over time. Learning is nothing more than new neural networks. Now, the types of memory that we have include episodic, generic or semantic, and procedural memories. And where do these things come from? They come from exactly what I just said. They come from experiences, they come from information, and they come from skills that we have learned in the past. Episodic, prior experience. Information is general or semantic memory, and skills are procedures. So let's take a more specific look at each one of those. An episodic memory is that which is specific. Think of an episode on Netflix and your favorite show. You tune in for that episode where specific things are happening. The same thing happens for you. You have episodes which are memories of your life. And so here you have a lovely lady who is smiling at her fresh salad for dinner. It is a memory of what you had for dinner last night. I had the same thing tonight that I had last night because I made leftovers. So it was wonderful. Episodic memory is what happened for you. Specific to an episodic memory is a flashbulb memory. Now, a flashbulb memory is a clear memory of an emotionally significant event. A great example is 9/11 for me, not for you because you didn't live through that, but thinking about recent events that might be a flashbulb memory for us all is this Hurricane Helene. While it didn't directly impact our community, we are still living with the repercussions of that huge storm in the communities nearby because, Western North Carolina hit very hard, and we are not very far from Western North Carolina. As a matter of fact, I spent a lot of time there. I was supposed to do a race the weekend of Hurricane Helene, and of course we weren't able to do it. I don't know if I will be able to do it because they're devastated. Flashbulb memory, usually specific, emotionally charged. It's a lot of times a shared event in public eye, and it can change over time. Our memory is not always accurate, but I'll save that for another lesson. Next are your semantic memories, or your generic general memory. It is what you're learning in school. That is general knowledge and information that can be recalled. Now, remember from Unit 6 that we talked about how we have latent learning and we have these cognitive maps. So we have all this learning in our head that we can tap into when we're playing trivia games. We don't know how it got there, but it is there nonetheless. It's a part of our memory. So let me ask you a question. Do you remember who the first president was? Who was the leader of the Continental Army? If you can remember who wore that uniform that's in this picture, then you have general knowledge. And if you don't remember, it was George Washington. So where did you learn that George Washington was the first president, that he led the Continental Army? Well, At some point, we've talked about it throughout your career as a student. Did it get there first grade, second grade? When did it get there? Did it just get there sophomore, junior year? I don't know, but it's there nonetheless. Hey, if you got a $1 bill, you've seen George Washington. So the general knowledge is there. Think about this one. When did you learn the ABCs? Can you track that down? Probably not. How to speak, all the things that we have learned over time is just a mass collective in our unlimited long-term memory storage. We also have your procedural memories. Procedural memories are the skills, the procedures that we have learned. Here you have a picture of riding a bicycle. So if you can ride a bicycle, you've put 2 wheels on the ground, you have learned how to balance yourself, and you can push the pedals, put the pressure to the pedals, and you know how to get the velocity to keep that bicycle upright. You've also learned tons of skills that you don't even think about, like walking, back to baby Robert, making the neural networks. You didn't have that when you were born, but at some point, you learned how to walk, tying your shoes. I can juggle. I don't have to think about it. Those skills are there and I can tap into it whenever I want. That's what you have too when you have a specific procedure for you. All right. So lastly, just to recap, we've got 3 types of memory: episodic, general, and semantic, and the skills and procedures, procedural memory. So think about ways that this applies to you. An episode in your life. Yesterday, I watched the football game. I kind of wished I hadn't. Semantic, specific things that you know. Procedural, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Where did I learn that? I don't know. Could I still use it today? Probably not. You'd have to show me how. Procedural memories then are the skills that I used to have. I used to be able to play mellophone. Not sure I could do it today. So think about those 3 types of memory, and of course, we'll work more with that in class. Until then, keep learning and remember that your brain is really powerful.